This lesson is on correlation coefficient, so we're going to be talking about finding the correlation coefficient of a scatter plot. So a correlation coefficient of data is represented by R, and it's a number between -1 and 1 that measures how well a line of best fit fits the data. The range of a correlation coefficient is -1 to 1, so R has to be either greater than or equal to -1 or less than or equal to +1. And a value of R close to 1 indicates a strong positive correlation. A value of R close to -1 indicates a strong negative correlation. A value of R close to 0 indicates no correlation. So when we look at that, if we're looking on the negative side, anything between 0 and negative 0.5 is going to be a weak negative. A strong negative would be between -0.5 and -1. So if we have a correlation coefficient of like -0.8, that's a pretty strong negative correlation. The same thing is true on the other side, where we have positive correlations. So if I have 0.75, that would be a relatively strong positive, although at 0.75 right here, some people might call that moderate. So looking at them graphically, so R equals 1 is going to be like a straight line. That means that the line of best fit goes through all of the points. So that's a strong positive, and it's linear. For R equals 0, there's no pattern. And then for R equals -1, the slope of that line is negative, so that's a strong negative and linear correlation. So you'll notice that for R equals 1 and R equals -1, all the points lie on the same line. If the points are not on the same line, then it's not going to have a correlation of 1 or -1. So looking at these, I want you to try and describe them on your own. So like a description might be a strong positive or a moderate negative. So I want you to try and describe those on your own, and then we'll go over them. So looking at this first one, R equals 0.46. That's below the 0.5 mark on the positive side. So that's going to be weak. And it's positive, so it's going to be a weak positive. Looking at 0.86, that's above the 0.5 mark, so that's going to be strong. And it's positive, so that's going to be a positive. Looking at -0.47, that's again below 0.5, so it's going to be weak, negative. And -0.92 is going to be strong, negative.